On paper, this one's a pretty decent looking card, so no my luck, this one's gonna be utterly shit, isn't it? Isn't it? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. It's another episode of your favourite series, and of course mine. It's 10 years ago, and tonight, as you may have already guessed from the title down below, we are going to be taking a look at WWE's Unforgiven 2005. It is September the 18th, 2005, and we are live at the Ford Center in the originally named Oklahoma City in Oklahoma State. Could they just not think of a name? 8,000 fans on hand. Those utter swines saw Rob Conway beat Tajiri in 3 minutes 44 seconds. The theme of this one, we don't talk about this one very often, but the theme of this one is Calling by Taproot. Taproot's first album, which is called Gift, is absolutely fucking wonderful. An album I genuinely remember really enjoying. And as soon as I heard it was Taproot, I was like, oh, I remember that. I actually paused the show and went and listened to the album and came back to it like, yeah, great. Our opening contest tonight is Ric Flair defeating Carlito in a decent opener to win the IC Championship. Expecting Flair to come out first, so naturally was very, very happy when he didn't. Carlito worked the arm for the majority of this match, having previously injured the shoulder on a previous episode of Raw. Flair does chops, lots and lots of chops actually. In fact, to be honest, he doesn't really do much else. In fact, to the point where if you've seen one Flair match, you can pretty much guarantee you know what's going to happen in this match. But there is one exception, there is one difference in this one to any other Flair match. And that is that when Ric Flair goes to the top rope in every match that he's in, he is chucked off the top rope and body slammed by his opponent. Not in this one. No. This one, he manages to hit a clothesline off the top rope. He celebrates like it's fucking Christmas. The announcers are all stunned. The crowd goes fucking mental. It is brilliant. The pop is fantastic. But then he goes up top again and gets chucked off the top. Yeah, he comes down. Carlito punches him in the throat. He comes off the top rope, gets drop kicked in midair. Fun finish as Carlito grabs his apple, takes a bite of it. Flair punches him in the throat. See, that's why I'm getting confused. And that means that Carlito starts choking on the apple. That means that Ric Flair can put the figure four on and get the submission win at 11:46. Fun opener, hot crowd who loved it, but Flair does not look good when he's on offense on this one. That is my big criticism of this one. When he's on offense, it's just all chops. It's chops. That's all he's got. And it gets quite tiresome after a while. Flair cuts a promo afterwards, says that this win means just as much of any as of his 16 world title wins, and that his only regret is that his best mate Triple H isn't here to see it. And then, being Ric Flair, he gets some girls out of the crowd and they accompany him to the back. More of that later. Speaking of in the back, Ric Flair, Jesus Christ, Lita and Edge rip on Matt Hardy for not having a clue about their affair. Lita looks smoking hot here, and she says that she wants to make Edge happy with a genuinely filthy look in her eyes. I really had forgotten how much I love heel Lita. I've got rid of my notes here, because I'm not a Lita fan. I think she's overrated to fuck, to be honest. Not a great worker, a very inconsistent and sloppy worker, but heel Lita is just great. Next, Trish Stratus and Ashley Massaro defeating Victoria and Torrie Wilson in a rubbish match. It's Ashley's pay-per-view debut, having won the 2005 Diva Search back in Awful, so expectations for this one are as low as they can be. She's been feuding with Torrie/Victoria and Candice Michelle. These ladies are known as the Ladies in Pink. Trish returned to action, having been out since Backlash, I think it was, when she got squashed by Viscera. She's a babyface now, because of reasons. And of course, she kept the women's title for the whole time that she was out. Again, because of reasons. Anyway, that's enough story, because this match is only okay at best. The ladies in pink come out wearing, all three of them are wearing gold. just because, when Trish and Victoria are in the ring, you can probably imagine that this one's actually surprising, as decent as you can expect. But Torrie and especially Ashley are not good at all. Ashley gets beaten so she can get hot tagged Trish, who gets a sweet double head scissors on Torrie and Victoria, and then finishes off Victoria with a chick kick. Ashley tried her best, but alas, the best thing she could do is attack Candice on the outside, though. It's not her fault. The thing is, she shouldn't have been anywhere near this pay-per-view. She's been in the company for, an actual on the roster in this company for 2 months. And it's just one of those, no. Should not be on pay-per-view at all. In the back, Ric Flair and the ladies join him in his litter, but not before Slick Rick has downed a fuck ton of Viagra. And then, while it's weird because Jim Ross starts talking about the Shawn Michaels and Chris Masters match that's coming up later, and I think he's expecting a video package to play, but no, we just get Lillian Garcia introducing ZZ Top, who are a band apparently. I'm being sarcastic, come on. Next, Big Show defeating Snitsky in a crap match. Snitsky appears to have lost his gene, which is a bit of an interesting one, isn't it? He attacked Show with a ring bell a few weeks back, yay. Highlight of this boring-ass match is a back suplex by Snitsky and a rope-assisted nip-up by Big Show, which looks awful. Snitsky worked the arm with a top hammerlock. Show didn't bother selling it though at all, getting a spine buster and then a crap looking nick up, like I say, and a choke slam for the win at 6 minutes 11 seconds. Using the injured arm to do the choke slam, right, he then gets the referee to raise the left arm because the right arm's too injured to raise in celebration. That doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, and just because he can, big bad babyface, the Big Show, takes out Snitsky with the ring bell afterwards, because that's what babyfaces do. Just winning the match and getting revenge on Snitsky, that's not enough. I'm going to take you out with the ring bell because that's what you did to me. If you're going to do it like that, why not have a hardcore match? Just my thinking. In the back, there's steam or smoke or something coming out of Ric Flair's limousine. Oh, it's so funny. It raises a smirk, I've got to be honest. Then we get the build-up package that Jim Ross was talking about earlier on between Shawn Michaels and Chris Masters. Nice. Shelton Benjamin defeating Kerwin White in a decent match. What the fuck is a Kerwin White? I can hear you say. You may have heard of Kerwin White. You may have heard of his old name. His old name was Chavo Guerrero. Chavo Guerrero has dropped the Chavo Guerrero name and all the mannerisms and is now Kerwin White, a middle-class conservative American who has got bleach blonde hair and has a wonderful catchphrase, which is, if it's not white, it's not right. Ah, wonderful. How did that not get over? Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm sure there's more to it than that, but I don't want to talk about it. It just bothers me. It's just, what was wrong with Chavo Guerrero? Excuse me. Chavo works the leg of Shelton, while Coach talks to the Spanish announcers for reasons. Shelton gets a Samoan drop and a nice backbreaker. White gets 2 off a neckbreaker and went back to the leg with a half crab. Shelton escapes with a catapult. Kerwin goes to get one of his golf hitting sticks but can't use it and walks into an exploder suplex that gets the win for Shelton at 8 minutes and 4 seconds. This crowd could care less about this match. It's a decent little match. Actually felt a lot longer than the 8 minutes that it actually was. I enjoyed it, so I've given it 2.5 stars. Next match of the night is Matt Hardy defeating Edge in a good steel cage match. I'm sure you remember that these two fought off in a SummerSlam in a match that was stopped after only a few moments because Matt got busted open. Tonight they fight in a steel cage match, so there's none of that nonsense, we'll get a decent finish and all that. So we'll go through this one. So Edge tries to bail up the cage early on, but Matt stops him and hits an axe handle. So Edge tries to get out of the door, so Matt hits a back suplex, bouncing Edge off the cage and gets 2 with a lariat. He hits a clothesline off Brett's rope, so it's very dangerous, but Edge counters the twist of fate and hits an Edge-O-Matic for 2. Edge climbs again, but Matt stops him. He wants a side effect off the fucking top of the fucking cage. No, off the top rope, sorry. But Edge counters, knocking Matt off the cage and hitting a missile dropkick. He follows with a boot in the corner and a DT for 2. Edge stays on the offense with a powerbomb into the cage and another big boot. Matt looks groggy. He is groggy, so he starts to climb up the cage, which is, why not? But he shouldn't have bothered, though, as he gets powerbombed off the top rope. Fucking ridiculous bump. Absolutely stupid. Cover only gets 2, because why wouldn't it? Matt comes back by biting Edge's fingers, hitting his snake eyes, and then hitting his side effect for 2. Edge thinks, fuck this, and tries to bail. Matt stops him, but in the protest, Lita gives Edge the money in the bank briefcase. He charges, but misses. Edge is then tied into the ropes, and the crowd go fucking nuts, because Edge, of course, is trapped in the ropes, and Matt Hardy can lay in the beats. Matt unloads with punches, like I say, then catapults Edge into the cage and bulldogs Edge face first onto the briefcase. Lita climbs up the cage and Matt knocks her off. Edge is bounced off the cage various times, busting him wide open, and it's a manly blade job as well. Then Edge shoves the referee into the ropes. Edge follows with a spear and climbs himself. I'm sorry, I missed it. Matt gets the case, climbs the cage, knocked off. Matt follows and hits a side effect off the top fucking rope. Another ridiculous bump. Also, of course, it's another one of those bumps that's fucking stupid, because the side effect, in a sense, you take, both you and your opponent are taking the exact same bump. So this is a stupid bump on 2 counts, isn't it? Lita gets the cage opens and breaks up the cover. She tries to whack Matt with the case, but it's a twist of fate. It means that Matt, though, is wide open for a spear. A spear that only gets 2, because, of course, Matt Hardy will not die. Crowd are super hot by this point. Both men climb again. Edge is knocked off. Matt is all ready to escape and win the match, but then in another one of those moves that is both ridiculously stupid but breathtaking all at the same time, Matt Hardy hits his yodeling leg drop of death off the top of the cage, and that, my friends, is what gets the win at 21 minutes and 35 seconds. Really good match, this one. Big spots, crowd were into every single bit of it, and most of all, and this one's really important for me, guys, this one felt like a proper cage match. You know, a cage match is to me, it's not just a match you just throw out there for the fun of it. It's a feud ender. You know, if you've had this feud that's been going on for a while, you finish it in a steel cage. That's the way that wrestling used to be done back in the 80s, and this is how it was done here. It's a grudge match seller. There was plenty of claret, and it was big spots, and the crowd were into it, and it was all good. I am happy to go either 3.5 stars or 4. Look down below to see what I decided in the end. In the back, John Cena is having his tape legged up. Why not? Angle attacked his leg 6 days ago on Raw. Bischoff appears, talks some smack, so Cena gets the tape and tapes his mouth shut. Hooray! Well done. Edge is then making, you know, this is why I'm struggling on the 3.5 or the 4, because I don't know whether to add it to this one. But yeah, Edge is then seen crawling up the ramp. He is bleeding everywhere. It looks brilliant. Such a great visual. Selling the beating he's just received. Next, Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch defeating the Hurricane and Rosey in actually a surprisingly decent match to win the tag team titles. Murdoch and Cade made their Raw debuts just a few weeks ago. They beat Rosey and Hurricane in their first match because it was non-title. This match is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. A draping DDT off the apron on the Hurricane by Murdoch is the highlight of the match. Rosey is your shit in peril, as Hurricane is too fucked up to continue off that DDT. But eventually, he's led out up the ramp by the trainers, and eventually, yeah, he sort of gets halfway up the ramp and sees what's happening to Rosey on the Titantron. So turns around, goes down, tags himself in, and gets battered. And it's a total elimination, which gets the win. For the news, you guys, at 7 minutes and 39 seconds. Solid tag team match that told a good story with the injury. I like that. In the back, one of Ric Flair's girls needs to catch her breath, but as slick Rick is just too much for her. Shawn Michaels then defeating Chris Masters in a decent match. Shawn Michaels back to being a babyface after what happened at SummerSlam. It's a bit of a shame because we like that, but you know, it was never going to happen with the way that Shawn Michaels' Christian beliefs are. He was never going to stay on the dark side, was he? Come on. I'm so sorry. I'm really not well. Master starts with a master lock before the bell. That's a very clever tactic. When the match starts, Michaels gets a pescado. He wants to use a chair, the referee stops him, and this allows Masters to ram Shawn Michaels into the ring post back first from a powerbomb position. Twice, cause he's evil. He then starts to work the back. with knees, a stolen suplex, and a back body drop. Hits a back breaker and holds Shawn across his knee, all working on the back. All good. Shawn escapes and wants a crucifix, but Masters blocks him, wants a master lock. Shawn Michaels quickly escapes, but is launched into a turnbuckle and then put in a torture rack. All this offense is on the back, and of course, me being me, I'm fucking loving it. Shawn gets a desperation sunset flip. Masters wants the master lock. Shawn grabs the ref and tries to help him break it, but goes low with a sort of with a back kick. Hits a standard comeback, flying forearm, atomic drop, clothesline, flying elbow, all that jazz. Switching music is counted into the master lock, and it looks great. And here, there is a truly gargantuan, massive HBK chant. Breaks out as Shawn leaps over the ropes to escape. It's really weird because imagine he's like this. He literally does a vertical leap over the ropes because of course that then means he has to break the cover. That is a very clever little tactic. We like that a great deal. He next slaps Masters on the ropes, goes up top. When he wants a crossbody, Masters catches him. Masters tries to swing him around into the master lock, but Shawn Michaels out of nowhere hits the switching music, and that gets the win for 17 minutes and 27 seconds. I went into this match expecting it to be utterly shit, just because I knew who won. If nothing else, one of those, surely Masters should win this match. He's the new upstart, he's the new up and comer. Shawn Michaels doesn't need the win. And I was expecting a sort of repeat from, remember 2 years ago, was it in 2003, when it was Brandy Orton versus Shawn Michaels? Yeah, Randy Orton got the win that night. I was kind of expecting something like that, but I was hoping for something like that. But yeah, the storytelling in this one was really good. One little fault, you can probably imagine what it was. You know, because I haven't mentioned that Shawn Michaels sold the back at all, and he doesn't at any point throughout this match. You're sat there going, oh, come on. And yeah, we're celebrating in the ring afterwards. There's no, oh, my back. There's nothing at all. It's one of those, could have been so great. It wasn't. Slick Rick is so knackered now from all the fucking that he's been doing for the last 2 hours that he does a flare flop out of his limo. This, my friends, is hilarity personified. And in our main event, Kurt Angle defeating John Cena by disqualification in an OK match. Angle has now gone from bestiality sex to battering Eugene to being the #1 contender. Oh, in the space of a few months, it's been quite the 2005 for Kirk Angel, hasn't it? Oh, one thing we probably should mention is that, oh, fuck off. What's happened there? Bloody tablet. Sorry. Cena beat Jericho the night after SummerSlam in a You're Fired match, which of course meant that Jericho was fired by Eric Bischoff. See you in a few years, Chris. So, let's go through this one. Nice mat wrestling from both men to start. Angle gets angry and bails after taking a shoulder block from Cena. When he gets back inside, he goes on offense with punches, but eats a scoop slam, then a pair of elbows, and then followed by a sidewalk slam by Cena for 2. Angle regains control with kicks, a nice suplex, and a sort of modified camel clutch sort of thing. Cena gets a sunset flip for 2, but Angle gets the momentum back immediately with a belly-to-belly suplex and a body scissors. Cena eventually breaks the body scissors, hitting a DDT, and they have a bit of a brawl. This leads to Cena getting a suplex for 2. FU is counted into an ankle lock. Cena powers out of it immediately and hits a spine buster for 2. FU is counted into the ankle slam, but obviously Cena kicks out. Ankle lock is counted again, and it's at this point, it's taken this long. Bear in mind, Cena goes into the match with a duff ankle that Angle had injured on Raw previously. We saw earlier on that Cena was having the ankle taped up. And it only takes till this point where the ankle starts bothering him. Classic fucking John Cena. Just like, oh, it could be so great. You've got a perfect storyline there. Tell the story. No, it takes this second ankle lock attempt for him to start actually selling the leg. F you. But sorry, no, we're ahead of myself again. Cena gets a back suplex and the masturbation drop. That gets 2. Referee is bumped. God, F you. Angle goes low and whacks Cena with his gold medals. He stomps the ankle and puts on the ankle lock, but Bischoff comes out and starts taunting him, holding this championship belt in his face. Cena breaks out of the ankle lock by rolling through it, but that means Angle is whacked into Bischoff, who's knocked to the outside, and then Cena, like the idiot that he is, gets the title belt, whacks Angle with it, referee comes around and disqualifies him. And you're just like, oh, that finish again. Didn't they do this exact same finish at Great American Bash when it's Batista versus JBL? The exact same thing. JBL won the match because Batista used the title belt. It's like, oh man, I don't want that. God damn it. Eric protests, so Cena hits him with the FU. Angle and Cena then brawl around ringside until Cena can get the FU on Angle through the Spanish announce table. Match was okay. It's just hard to get into. It's very back and forth, and we like that. And the crowd were a lot more into this one than I thought they were going to be. But I fucking hate that finish. That finish is... It makes sense because it sets up the rematch. I get that. I genuinely do. But I just do not like that finish at all. It bothers me a great deal. Yeah, but it went 17 minutes. Decent length, like I say. Crowd were into it. Yeah, 3 stars. I think is the best we can do. Overall, folks, this is a pretty damn decent show. I went into this one with all right, like mid-table expectations, like 5 out of 10 sort of expectations. Because on paper, it was all right. I've always heard good. I remember the Edge Matt Hardy match being good, and I've always heard people say, "Oh yeah, that's the match of the show," and that was a legitimately good match. But when you've got, think about it, when you've got the opener was 2.5 stars. Kerwin White and Shelton Benjamin was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. The tag team match was better than I was expecting it to be. And Masters versus Michaels was better than I was expecting it to be. And of course the main event was, or even with that finish and the fact that they didn't do much with the ankle at all, it was still a decent match. I'm happy to go 7.5 out of 10 on this one, folks. And if you want to give it 8 out of 10, I don't think anyone would really object. But the thing is, what matters to me is, what did you think of this there pay-per-view, Unforgiven 2005? I would genuinely love to know what you thought of this one down below. It would mean a great deal to me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, next up I'm going to do Unbreakable 2005 from TNA, which of course has got the classic 3-way match between AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe. Greatly looking forward to that. But was the rest of the show any good? That's what we're going to be there to find out. I'd love to know what you thought of this one down below. As I've said before, follow me on Twitter if you like. Check me out on Facebook also if you like. I've been Marc P. Thank you so much for watching. Take it easy and good night. Bye bye, guys.